A dazzling period drama which is full of twists and turns, which never stops challenging the audience. In a dark film where things are rarely what they seem, you must reverse the entire story before identifying what positive elements may exist. This is the tale of two rival illusionists who commit themselves into a challenging acquaintance and topping with illusions to witness their potential as a master magician. We are instructed at the outset first, briefing by Mr. John Cutter, every magic trick consists of 3 acts. 1. The pledge, which seems to be real situation set up. 2. The turn in which the initial reality is challenged. 3. The prestige is the final part that makes the magician's pride moment. Once it was succeeded means the illusionist is alive. The movie starting from now, we met 2 magicians, Robert Angier and Alfred Borden, who works as fake volunteers for Milton the magician. They assist in tying up the helpless damsel. In reality, the woman named Julia is Robert Angier's wife. She was drowned into the Chinese water torture box concealed with curtains. She somehow escapes. But one night Alfred ties her with Longford double knots, and she couldn't escape. By now Mr. Cutter rushes on stage with the axe and broke the glass tank, but unfortunately Julia drowns inside the tank and dies. This sets off lifelong hatred between Robert and Alfred. So they got split into different paths. The other hand, Alfred living his life happily with his wife Sarah and daughter. Robert already started his career as the Great Danton in Victoria London Theatre. One fine day he sees Alfred's behavior in present, and he realizes Alfred has nothing about Julia's death. So Angier trying to seek revenge against Alfred for Julia, but here's the turn. Robert sees Alfred rising to the top of the profession with his stage name the Professor, and Robert couldn't handle the trick that was done by Alfred. How can be a transported man is possible? But magicians do not explain their illusions, the trick is told when the trick is sold. Robert was obsessed with finding the secret of the trick, and also he finds his double for transportation. But Alfred ruins his trick and he broke one of his leg. He sends his assistant Olivia as a spy to steal his magic tricks. Olivia fell in love with Alfred. At the same time Sarah caught his dishonesty in their relationship, so one day she commits suicide. Meanwhile, Robert started a journey to Colorado Springs to visit the hidden laboratory of the real-life Nikola Tesla, who may have manufactured the trick for Alfred. When he reaches that place he notices the whole city has electricity, and he had a plan to go to the uphills to see the laboratory. The place were restricted due to scientific research. Angier asks Ali, the assistant, he wants to meet Nikola Tesla, but he refuses at first. On the other day Ali approaches Angier and tells him Tesla has invited him. Angier demands Tesla for a mystic machine to make the real magic without any tricks. Tesla told him about the cause and effect of that machine indirectly. Here, let me point the science wonder part. It represents 2 men's science war. Edison invented direct current, which is being used in those days. On the other hand, Tesla invented alternate current, but it fails before the press meet. Angier and Alfred were there at a scene. Angier goes after Tesla to show his anger against him. Tesla told him about the further examinations for the machine and failure after several attempts he made. And he sends the box to the hotel where Angier stayed, and he left. Angier finds out the result by using the machine. Yes, he did it. Mr. Cutter helped him for a magic show. Alfred was there and being wondered. He continued to watch. Behind the stage there was Mr. Angier in a glass cage. Alfred tried to save him, but Angier dies. So the court orders to take him to the jail for the murder, and Solicitor Owens wants his secrets cause. Alfred is no more in this game. He demands something big from Mr. Owens. This was the starting scene of the film. Climax is the answer for everything. Angier visits the prison with Alfred's daughter and told him that he won. But he didn't, he actually caged the wrong person. Alfred has his twin brother Fallon. Fallon finds Angier and shot him. He's the one who behind Julia's death. He loved Sarah. Olivia fell in love with Alfred. They lived 2 lives in once. Tesla is the keyword of Alfred's cipher notes, as he said, but he had nothing to do with that now. When Angier meets his clone, he kills his clone. That's what happened in trial. Angier made too many mirrored clones, and he used in transported man trick, so the real one is being alive that time. Later he had killed by Alfred's twin brother Fallon, so this is the end. Now we see the reality comparison part. First of all, the Prestige is based on a novel of Christopher Priest. Nolan's Prestige is some sort of his kind. It meets magic, science, fiction, mystery. So we are here about to see, where is the reality? Here we go. Alfred and Robert played as the 2 young magicians in London, and they do magic tricks, but do you think is this a way of staging a magic trick? Yes, absolutely. In 80s Houdini known as the finest real-life magician, and the whole tricks that's shown in the film was his, and they are partially correct. But ethically it's not. Houdini would have been active at the time of The Prestige, but his insights would have been fatal to the movie's plot, which is the problem with the plot. Magicians usually do tricks with birds. This was actually shown by Mr. Cutter at the beginning, the trick which is carried in a cage. Magician designs cages like those for the bird trick. Somehow the magic fails in front of the audience. Someone would ruin it on purpose or it won't work out. Sometime this may happens in reality. It is the sad part of a magician. But they won't give up. Again, the illusionists will come with their new tricks. This is also accurate in this film. As well, Alfred ties up Julia's hand with wrong knot and she dies inside the torture box. Here we found something. During the transported man show at the climax, this is what happened exactly to Mr. Angier, so he was found guilty for the incident and the court gives capital punishment to him. But why Alfred was not caught for Julia's death? They just consider it as accident. It is false alarm here. Alfred tells the kid about the secret obsession and how to manage tricks from others, then try not to give it up. But he never shows any tricks to Sarah's nephew. He's just playing tricks offstage with the kid. This is a clever shot. Angier shot Alfred's fingers and he lost 2 fingers, so the twin brothers decided to cut Fallon's as same. We all know these 2 men swap themselves every time. There is difference between bullet shot and cut off wounds. But why don't just Sarah couldn't recognize it? She only asks why it bleeds again. This must be a slip. Nikola Tesla is a genius scientist. He worked for Thomas Alva Edison's company. Later he migrated to his own laboratory and done many experiments. In real life, Tesla never invented a clone machine for the magic trick, and he never done that. Transported man machine is a fiction. Nikola Tesla was totally appeared in this film to do experiments with unwanted and unimaginable things. Tesla, the discoverer inventor of alternating current, was believed at the time to be capable of all manner of wonders with the genie of electricity. But how could AC, or even DC, explain the transported man? No, it was never there in the film. This was not explained. Christopher Nolan's The Prestige is an unraveling period film that describes a triumph of gimmickry, a movie generous enough with its showmanship and sleight of hand to quiet the temptation to grumble about its lack of substance. That's the end of video, guys. I know you all remember the rule.
Are you watching closely?